Alright, here we go. KFC finally released their dating sim where you can finally be able to hook up with the Colonel. Speaking of which, I almost forgot something.
Hi, welcome to KFC. This is Bill speaking.
Okay, I'm back, and my dog knows I have food here. So what's gonna happen is, because I know that at some points in this game, they're gonna bring up the foods that are in KFC, so I thought, what if I do a Let's Play where it's me doing a Let's Play, where it's also an anime dating sim, where I'm also able to eat dinner for the excuse of also buying KFC, to also adding on to my joke about saying how this game is a really clever ad. I don't know, the list goes on. Like, I don't think I could ever come up with an end for this list. So really, this game is going to be killing multiple birds with a single stone. So I'm going to try, though, to at least save some of the food items until they get featured in the game. That is currently what I'm intending to do. So either this would be really funny or, really stupid. By the way, when I was also making that footage, I was kind of hoping that they were going to be putting the stuff in a KFC bag instead of a Taco Bell bag. But I mean, I think since that they have the KFC and Taco Bell businesses, I'm assuming they're allied with each other. My dog is feeling eager right now. Daisy, do I have anything in here for you that you're able to eat? I don't think so, but I'll see. I never opened one of these weird, containers before, so this is just weird. Daisy, you're digging your claws into my knee. You want me to give you dinner? I didn't feed the dog yet. I think that's also why she's begging right now. I'm gonna take her out, and then I'll be able to continue on with this Let's Play. We'll actually start the Let's Play. Enter your name. Of course! Nuggets and biscuits. What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Honestly, I think with all this KFC product placement, can I have a sponsorship? Nah. You know what? No, I know it wouldn't be worth a sponsorship. Can I have a coupon for this? Because that'd be nice if KFC actually acknowledges this. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Also, by the way, just to throw this out there, I don't know if I'm dyslexic. I think I might be a bit dyslexic. So there may be some words that I might obviously get wrong and stutter on or reread, and my brain will just flatline and I might reread a line. So I'll try to cut out as most of that as I can. I cannot say the same for every line I say that I mess up, but I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time, rather than having to be pissed at me in the comments saying like, oh, you read the word wrong. So just want to throw that out there. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the movement forever. Stay in the movement forever. There we go, proving my point. Or you could wake up now. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Throw the clock out the window, stay in bed forever, smack the clock, and wake him up. I'm not gonna stay in bed forever. Come on, it's your big day, man. Well, it's your big day, me. You gotta remember that. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, think about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. That's a long name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll take this seriously. Take it seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive Wait, I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth equals brushed. Hair equals combed. Pits equals deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Thank God. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I am pretty hungry, so I get to savor an actual biscuit, actual KFC branded biscuit. You could see it on the screen because you could see it more accurate. Actually, they drew the biscuit pretty well. I don't know if you guys want a comparison in the webcam, but they did draw it pretty well. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. I mean, to get your blood clotting. Standing in the quad. Yes, that's right. I'm eating while trying to read. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Colin. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning, I made breakfast for myself. But, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together, and you rescued me in front of that quicksand box. Excuse me? Quicksand box? I've heard of a sandbox, but not a quicksand box. And now is when I realized that no one makes Let's Plays while having dinner. It's been clear to me that you are the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. That went to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters. The semester's only 3 days? That's gonna be... I can't imagine ever having a semester that'll be 3 days. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you prep talk her? Or change the subject and give her some relief? Change the subject. It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly, quite exhausting. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. All summer, you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, mystery student who has enrolled at this school. Yeah, that's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. Now, what about this mystery student we read about on the school message board? And any new deets? Does anyone still say deets? I don't think so, but I mean, I don't care. Oh, get this. I heard his name is Harland, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He had them ever since he was born. From an egg. From an egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But that thing about having powers, it would line up with some of the other rumors I've heard. Like, I heard he once fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books with a custom engraved measuring spoons, that's very specific, out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's whatever her name is, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She could get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, aesthetic. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken skins. You leave Colin's skins alone. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. People are gonna take that quote out of context. You leave Colin's shins. Oh my god, I thought you were talking about chicken skins. You leave Colin's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand aesthetic. I'm just calling it aesthetic. Her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. Oh, now I see it. But she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend Van the Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you could see them casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. I like how that's my first concern. No, he has a really rockin' ass. Ahem. Van, I don't like her face. I don't know if my face cam's blocking it, but I don't like that face. You rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devilish. I can't believe that University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, why can't we just say school, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now, or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs can learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these students off. So, you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Pfft, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. I don't know if you guys are able to hear that, but was that a fart? Did he just let out like a long fart? Oopsie, I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. Okay, I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I've been named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. I don't see a name tag. I think they forgot to add a name tag on his character. Hi, Pop. My name's Colin, so are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks to the building ahead of you. Is it just me? Or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. So that's where the dog comes into play. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of the school that's finally abbreviated. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all of the nuances of fine dining. Oh, this has to be a Colonel Sanders introduction. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air aside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then, there we go. There's our man, Colonel Sanders. He walks in. You're immediately swept up with the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. Of course, this is his game after all. Of course they're gonna, give him all this praise. It's him! If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he could finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. I'm assuming they actually used his real name earlier. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Heat begins to beat across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be the sweaty sweats a lot? Wait, this here must be sweaty sweat a lot. Maybe we should open a window. Maybe we should open that window back up. Faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Oh, before he does that. You both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, which was also 3 days. What is it with all your really weird insults? I mean, why is there an option here when there's just one button? It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in and settles the class down. It gets some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cookie School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let me start over. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. I'm gonna have to put my spork down because I'm gonna be continuing this on the next part of the KFC game. See you guys later. I think I might have accidentally skipped a line of dialogue, but I'm back. This is the KFC video game part 2. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue... You're on a fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school, which is my 9th day here. With you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Oh wait, hold on a sec, I gotta check something. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure if I read this line, but I'll read it again. You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clark made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Okay, I'm not gonna question this. Bzzzt, whomp. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal! Sprinkles walks in the classroom. As everyone stands in silent obedience, when he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sparkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Of course, this is an easy question. This is KFC. Chicken all the way. Always go with the chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sparkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you with jealousy, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Silly fools, of course. Settle down, young chefs, take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing in front of the room with only 2 opponent options remain. Hey Colin, there's a seat here. It seems like no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested. Okay, come on, Colonel Sanders all the way. Come on, he's my man. Alright, Colonel Sanders is mine. You back off. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can do it. Wait, hold on. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. I wonder, because this just popped into my head. Imagine if Colonel Sanders, you believe in what you can believe in, all right? I'm not going to objectify what you believe in. But imagine, like, what if heaven is real and Colonel Sanders is just, like, looking down at us and he's just in awe, in either in a good way or a bad way, seeing himself as, like, this strong-looking anime character. Do you think he would be upset or oddly flattered in a way? Or, I don't know. Maybe he would like it, maybe he might not, but I think since they're also depicting him as, like, this, like, anime hunk, then he might like the hunk part, but not the anime. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, time for a pop quiz. We didn't even learn anything. Yay, a quiz about me? This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If a train is traveling to point A, then train B is traveling to point A. How important is it to wash your hands before cook? Okay, that was not... Nothing is connected here. Doesn't matter at all. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. And, man, it depends. That's correct. Forest is to tree as chicken is to slam dunk, night vision goggles, feathers? That's right. What is the most effective eating utensil? Hold on. A spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? A pancake that looks like a silly face, a camel meat, anything, as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. I mean, I think that's the top one. That's correct. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Yes, he's a talking dog that teaches at a culinary school. He's the best boy. Or no, I mean, middle one is always correct. Your total... Okay, so I got it. I aced it. Wow, to be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see what Colonel Sanders has been... You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Oh my god, he's hitting on me. Hot diggity. Colin, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that the school decided to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. My mouth's watering just knowing that my dinner is there. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells really good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, howdy folks, I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, is it about lunch? Everybody cheers. But shh. Lunch. She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Finally, that must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. I just realized also ordering dinner, it's almost like, it's like breaking the fourth wall for me, because all I can just smell is the chicken. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this... Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head, and it contains a glimmer of light. What? My food is not glimmering like that. I don't know if they made my food wrong, but it's not shiny. Lifts a bucket, and it contains a glimmer of light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders filled the bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble. Oh, you're telling me. As if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing the secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, Wait, by my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper, and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe? Dude, pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will of testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. Van Van's Bizarre Adventure vibes. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. They should have put a sick burn in quotes. You wait to see what a zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hand of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. She slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all for herself. You back off, he's mine. Oh, please. Well, Van Van, the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes glow wide. He starts controlling his face and tries to hold his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Oh no, you're failing, dude. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken. Well, I mean, if you say so. Okay, I'm grabbing a leg. Yes, I'm actually eating chicken. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken in the bucket, you sink your teeth into it. This is the dumbest thing I ever did. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds. I'm using my right hand, and I should have thought ahead of this. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Either focus your mind and meditate on the moment, try to identify every flavor, savor the moment and everything that tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. Wait, savor the moment and everything that tells you about, yeah, the middle one. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful. I mean, yeah, this is good chicken, I'm not gonna lie. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful. Pure heavenly. I bet you guys can also hear the details of me chewing. If you like it, good for you, and if not, I'm sorry. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man. What? For flavor. Well, I mean, I don't even know why I squeezed in that joke. I came in this game with the intention of trying to date the Colonel. They are the same. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one with Sanders. Alright, I'm gonna finish up this piece of chicken before I continue. I like how it's like I'm taking this game seriously. Because now that I mention it, I'm really putting myself in the shoes of the protagonist. Or, you know what I mean. After tasting his food, you try to get someone. Oh, wait, I already read this. You approach Colonel Sanders. And don't worry, I cleaned off my hands with the grease before I touched my stuff. Colonel Sanders smiles, ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret, in fact. I've got some of my own that I would be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. we've only have 2 more whole days to get to know each other. I mean, that's plenty of time. He clearly is not going to give up easily, but it didn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you are truly alone, and then leans in. You feel his warm breath as he whispers, just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Blank? Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. They added drugs. They added an addictive substance to the chicken. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. Dare I say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together, for the first time, you figure out the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Be modest and thoughtful, wow him with a big idea, add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Show him your own strength, but I'm not gonna do that. Be modest and thoughtful. I think that's the best. And okay, hearts are coming out. That's how you know it's working. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Colin. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into a massive cooking area where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets in the oven and the tools and ingredients they could need. We're gonna learn more about this in the next part of Let's Play. See you then. And we're back. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe a kiss to the crowd of the fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorably tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and find a pair. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is? Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, Colin. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, boop, bzz. Oh my, 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I mean, Clank all the way. I mean, look at him. He's like the anime, metal alpha Chad. I mean, I'm not gonna go for him because I'd rather have, finger licking flesh and bones, but I mean, I don't know, she could pair up with a steel hunk like that. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of this school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and bings to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face,
but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue. I hardly know you. Clank jitters and panels shake loose. Wait. Jitters and a panel shakes loose, and the impression that is given a sign of infection? Affection? I mean, I don't think that's affection, but I'll take that as it is. Looks like you two will be fine. Now, it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and dive up to the steps. No chef is an island. Wait, no chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to do, partner? Colonel Sanders. Steak tartare seems easy though. It's fancy, and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow. No, not octopus. He's about the chicken. He keeps talking about the chicken. Mashed potatoes goes well with chicken. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to beat red. Embarrassed, you quickly turned away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking the perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like I just noticed that her legging is chicken thighs. That's a funny little detail there. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. You better not touch his finger-licking good fingers. Someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm out here crushing Colin's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That's the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returned, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into the boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looks like Colin was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to criticize creations worthy. I don't know that word. After all, your fried chicken is quite spectacular. Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes sense, but one thing's clear, she's coming for Colonel Sanders if you don't watch out. Ashley's really going hard at you. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Yeah, Colonel Sanders, I mean, come on, he is the hunk of hunks, just look at him. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Colin as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Besides, on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Colin's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. I'm salivating just by reading this. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your naturally finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would have been very proud. Yeah, that's no fair. You get to have a... Wait, is this the potatoes or... Oh, what the hell? Wait. Oh. Okay, so they put mine in 2 containers. So, I mean, I guess one now, one later. I'm probably going to make a mess in my setup. I hope that's not the case. Yeah, so I'm just hoping I'm not going to make a mess up on my desk, because that would be a nightmare. Gravy flows down the mountain. Wait, I think I already read that. Oh my god, this is the crush scene. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock at the moment. Wait, your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift. I'm not going to do a heaping one, but you lift a sporkful up and you see Ashley with her sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with She's plotting to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage, without thinking, I'm not gonna fling my potatoes. That's not what I'm gonna do. Then, filled with rage, you fling the spork full of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. That just seems like an oxymoron. I said that it's stupid and it's beautiful. Come on, do I have a slight thing for Ashley too? No. Okay, don't show any weakness. You like the Colonel. Van, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping of mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes it's delicious. Horrified by his revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on there, Colin. We don't waste food in the brooming cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat from whatever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus on my silky seawater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. It ends now. I, who will have the first bite, and you will all look at me with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The result could be toxic. It's too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Oh my god, is he dead? Is he dead, or did they just put up that costume on him? Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite. When you look at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment. Then it's almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. tastes like poison. What are you, a poison connoisseur? The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. I like how that's everyone's reaction. Just everyone is just standing there watching him die. Well, thinking that they're gonna watch him die. Shock has frozen. The whole crowd, they are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against the poison, whatever. I'm probably dyslexic at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student is all his nonsense. Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school... Oh, God, you're setting the mood, I see. At night, the school building has taken another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not great representation of my skill. I don't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them reminds me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way. What you find inspiring. You might be perfect... Wait, now may be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Colin. There's something I need to tell you. Hold on right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream. That one day, I will be the greatest chef in the world. Wait, I will be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream. Day and night. Never stopping. Never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts. That our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no. Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed the guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. A spork monster is here to fight the hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster. See?
His rhyme... Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack and defend. I mean, we can see about defeating this monster at the end of the Let's Play, and I guess until then, I'll see you guys later. Hi, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to Let's Play. Where we last left off, we're now fighting a mashed potato monster, and we have a turn-based combat mode. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cooking with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. The attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. I mean, come on, the gravy's not that bad. Well, no, the gravy's not bad at all. I'm just gonna attack again. All I'm gonna do is attack. You decided to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love. Your cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws energy from Mother Earth itself. What the hell is happening? They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? First of all, I would grab my spork, glide it across his face, eat a part of him, and see how much damage that causes. I think that would be a more logical way to take it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. You said you're going the attack. Which attack will you use? Oh, hard choice. Cook with Love does 1 damage. At this rate, the semester will probably be over before the fight is. Spork Monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses ulti... Oh wait. Ulti Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. I'm going to keep doing it. You decide to go on the attack. Again. Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing with cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Powered Punch. Pot Pie Powered Punch does 10 damage. Spork Monster's defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget Mercy, finish him. No, finish him, because I'm hungry. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. The monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. Ready your final attack. You'll never survive my student loan destruction. With my ability, I will strike you with my student loans. Student loan destruction debt does 10 damage. The Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders is in awe. And might as well clean up the mashed potatoes on the field. You continue to surprise me, Colin. The defeated monster left behind a special item. Wow, I wasn't sure if I actually ate that item or not. I didn't see any item in my potatoes. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand the quiet night holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird, and you're counting chicken rather than counting sleep. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you could tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be... I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving so fast, but there's something about him. I like him. I like him. we got to talking after class, and he actually a totally sweet guy. Hold on, my dog I think picked up something. Daisy, stop it. She smells the chicken, like the piece of chicken that fell off. All right, I'm back. We gotta get to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders is the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now. We definitely connected yesterday. Aha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove your love is real? Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, just as I said, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. Kind of illegal spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from a super rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, I cooked with them. A very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch. Too, you know. Like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share the Colonel Sanders secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it would be much to anyone. Cough, cough, fiber, cough. Please, 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 it would mean a lot. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Make up a fake ingredient, tell her. No, I'm gonna give her a fake ingredient. Come on, I'm protecting my boy Colonel Sanders here. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow! Her eyes lighten up with imagining such... her eyes lighten up imagining such a thing, and you've figured that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes, cherry blossoms, petals fill the air, and of course Colonel Sanders appears. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Of course he comes home in a horse, or comes to school in a horse. Run to him, stand back and admire, admire him. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty, without ever acknowledging that he's been being watched. He does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free to the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Colin just gets really nervous around people that you like. That's not helping. I mean, they got good food poisoning and... Wait, they don't have good food. There's no good food poisoning. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives a wink and smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? And with that, I'm gonna, to be continued. I'll see you guys next time on the Let's Play. Alrighty, so I'm back with the KFC Dating Sim Let's Play. Just before we get started, I just wanted to say that through the rest of this Let's Play now, I'm no longer going to be eating KFC along with the game, because throughout the whole time when I was watching my dog, it was driving her crazy being able to smell the food in my room, and I didn't want to torture her. So after when I got finished with that recording session, I kind of just spent the rest of the day with her, and I just, gave her a little treat to kind of make up for the unintentional tease. So, no more KFC food at this time, and we're going to continue the Let's Play. And where we last left off, they found the book that we earned when defeating the Spork Monster. Hold on, so, tell them to stop acting immature. Oh yeah, and they found the book, and so we're trying to get it back. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get close to the book. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset him. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes... I don't know that word. I'm sorry. It takes skill. Wait, hold on a second. Food almost did eat us. The giant spork monster. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding. You instantly recognize it. Oh, okay. I thought we already learned it was the book. Alright, just to say this though, I know this might come across as being a bit weird. I've actually recorded this far into the Let's Play earlier, but the audio got fucked up. So, that's kind of why I knew about them having the book earlier. But don't worry, I didn't spoil myself by looking at other Let's Plays. Honestly, this was how far I managed to get before I decided to stop. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork Monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and it contests a secret. You notice that they haven't been just studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them with his mouth. We're playing, hee hee. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, wharp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a sand mixer. Wharp, wharp. No, your mother was a sand mixer. Bzz. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. I still don't like her face when it gets like that. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that that is a ruse. Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, I don't care. I've got some lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I could help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class today. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I've spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hoped you were ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite foal, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson? Truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts, because I was focusing on his parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding up a tray of food in front of you. Well, Colin? Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? Dog biscuit, shimmering pepper, glass of water. I guess I'll take the glass of water. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cold and crisp, like the purest snow melted on by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. $6 for toilet water? That's a scam. And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be provided via themed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time. I don't know, let's challenge them. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not a fool, you're a fool, fool. Sick burn. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Colin. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, huge lights blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. That is what I'm thinking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. I just realized also my face is a bit too bright. That's better. And that's an original quote by me. In case if anyone was wondering, I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under I accidentally... Okay, now I don't get the reference. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you could really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature? Oh! Do I actually need common knowledge for this? No! Okay, that's wrong. Okay, you're actually being timed for that explains the timer. What are you thinking, Colin? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook. Wait. You're going to need to season chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many? 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've gotten some basic steps going, it's time to evaluate your craft. What state? Hold on. Mine's the offer of flavors. What? I don't know this, Trust. That's wrong. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? Wait. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never wrong. The wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. The classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Well, I'm trying. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, it would be a great time to harness the energy. Where does it come from? No! Okay, no. This is a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Can I possibly? No, I can't recall. How far back does it take me? How far back does it take me? I hope it doesn't take me back far. I know that they divide this game by chapters. Did I enter another chapter? I hope I did. Okay, cool. So we can now skip ahead onto the quiz. Hold on. Okay. It always boils 100 seconds after they turn the heat on. That's wrong. No, okay, I'm gonna fail this again. Okay, the next one is 11. Okay, so I did gratitude. That's right. Okay, your classmates are rooting for you. Ashley's faster. When you were a child, blah blah blah. Something about my father. What's a great time? Deep breath. Okay, you try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Wait, what? What's the sound of success? Bubbling, sizzling, silence. Sizzling? No! Okay. Wait, maybe silence is like when people just shut up and start eating. Don't make me get the spray bottle. You notice Colonel Sanders out in the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Colin. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Oh my god, back to the horse. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Uh-oh. How many spoonfuls of gravy? What were you thinking? Get your mind back to the competition. Grr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a... what a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, further question. Wait, did I click on wedding vows for Colonel Sanders? What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun planning elements for her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Ugh, yikes. Zp. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Colin does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Colin, no! Am I gonna like lose my hand or something? You're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. Oh god, I think I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I don't think this game will go too far. Because I mean, I don't think a fast food restaurant would want to depict someone's limb getting into food. Because I mean, imagine if Wendy's made a game and they referenced the time when someone's thumb ended up in chili. It's immediately crushed by quickly spinning batters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Okay, so I don't think my hand is severed, but I guess it's just injured. But I guess we'll learn more about my hand the next time at Let's Play, so I hope to see you there. I accidentally skipped a line, but in the previous part of Let's Play, we're doing a cooking battle, and it was really fast quizzes, so you had to answer in a very short time, so it was easy to lose. But now, I got my hand stuck in a mixer of some kind while trying to pull out dough, and we're gonna figure out how severely injured my hand is supposed to be. And I accidentally skipped a line of text. So, what you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. I can't breathe. Wait, that's not what I meant. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Colin's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he looks into the dish. But I suppose you should try... But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to the dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you to a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Colin to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find delicate fried chicken... fried cheese. I guess I'm just used to saying fried chicken. Delicate fried cheese quartet? Atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat? I think that's what it is. Tender nougat and pearls of blueberry. Don't even expect me to read that word. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simply isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, he. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Wait, hold on. What is this? Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. I mean, if I pick that one, that'll be the funnier result. But I think also with this one, you get, like, funny inner monologue. But also, I mean, every time I do something, I think Colonel Sanders will always take, like, the innocent approach to everything. So let's get the funnier answer. You reach out your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. What? Oh, I pissed him off. I hope I don't have to do the quiz again. Please tell me I don't have to do the quiz again. Before you get relaxed, after your lights dim. No, I gotta do the quiz again. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be taken... Wait, they'll be so taken that they'll be unable... Okay, that's what I was predicting earlier. Since the rest of them are just Colonel Sanders things, I'm just gonna, like, select the middle one, because I think that's a good shortcut to take. Hold on. Internalize the rage you feel. That's what I should have been doing the whole time. I was so sidetracked by trying to get the funny answer. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash as they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. I wouldn't say forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried brow to run for the quad to be alone? The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. That sounds kind of sexual. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I think other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. Wait, did Colonel Sanders actually at one point try to be a lawyer? Sanders held a number of jobs in his early life, such as steam engine stocker, insurance salesman, and filling station operator. He began selling fried chicken from... Yeah, so I guess they just said that as a joke, because I didn't see anything about, being a lawyer or something to do with justice. I mean, maybe I didn't find the right source. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. What? I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but I haven't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I've resolved then and that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. As one has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that'll bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Oh my god, it's the Spork Monster again. Battle, from the night before. You prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster. Yeah, there we go.
Go, the Spork Monster is here to fight the hero.
Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? Wait. I'm sorry, Gorko, but I've sworn we've already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin. And now I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We pretty much exactly equal in every way. What do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Colin is saying is we can't just be friends. Life is too short for making enemies.
I suppose we really don't need to fight.
Is this really happening?
It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you'd like to eat. Don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes you, and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit to Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who, once upon a time, turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. So does that mean, because I'm starting to think about this now, is that book connected to how the Spork Monster came around, and that in the beginning of the game, I basically killed a man? You were a human once?
Well, no, I was a chinchilla.
Okay, I'll take that back.
But I was still a student at the school, until one day, some mean kids and a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook? Okay, well, I was right about the spellbook.
Precisely. Burko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat on them through the sorcery and God.
I know I got that word wrong.
If you need me, don't fear, I'll be there.
Okay, so I killed the Spork Monster, and I'm friends with his twin. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Colin, together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. A personal invite. Can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. Must be filled with chicken. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, okay. Just immediately stepping into his bachelor pad. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching. Never stop working. Never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about new food and other ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. I bet this is just like another advertisement for... Oh, no, it has to be an advertisement for their food. Of course, you're the protagonist, you're siding with Colonel Sanders, so of course you'd probably be using menu items. And looking back at it, the dessert that Ashley made, does that mean she was also using that book to cheat and use the book to her advantage to give her skills to cook that fast? Because I'm thinking that's kind of what we learned from the Spork Monster's twin. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him. Where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? I mean, I would not imagine that they would have a bad ending where Colonel Sanders would basically backstab you and steal your food idea. So I think I'm going to properly maybe think about this more in the next part of the playthrough, so I'll just have to see you then. Alright, welcome back. In the last episode where we left off, we were almost about to fight another Spork Monster to find out that is actually the twin of the Spork Monster we murdered, and we find out that the spell book has such great power and that we need to obtain it again. And we are with Colonel Sanders in his house, not for the reasons I guess we're hoping for yet, but we're at Colonel Sanders' house, and what's happening is my character's trying to reveal his idea for a menu item that would be to really wow Colonel Sanders. So in the last part I was saying, maybe reveal it because I highly doubt if you give the recipe to Colonel Sanders, that KFC would allow a game to depict the Colonel taking your idea and running away with it. So I don't feel like keeping it a secret would be a good idea. I'm thinking about revealing it to the Colonel. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you could talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. I don't even like coleslaw. Yeah, I don't like coleslaw. The shredded cabbage, the shredded cabbage dish glistens on the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux Hideaway. Why do I also have one of the Colonel's bowls? That's what I want to know. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Oh my god. This just feels like a Lady in the Tramp of coleslaw. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire the taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll check back in just a moment. Alright, so not Lady in the Tramp, but still, that was, I don't know, almost kind of got my hopes up for the game. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. No, come on, why would I do that? Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item. Oh, so this is like point and click now. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. That must be where he keeps his secret recipe. Oh, that's a safe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you... No, I better not be going through his stuff. I better not be getting a game over off the bat. And so you find a single note. A chicken... Wait, can chicken be prepared? Tap on an item to discover more with the Colonel. That'll be... Oh, that's supposed to be him as a baby. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe the drumstick that seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face a logo of a company they founded. Am I right? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Okay, I think he's supposed to be younger, though, in this game, so why is he an old man? Maybe this is where he discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. That door opened. I kind of want to go through more of this stuff, though. One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely to see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap an item. Okay, blah blah blah. Is this supposed to be an urn? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe off the dust, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures." I don't think, though, that those come in ash form. Poor guy. No, that's just weird. Tap on an item. Well, we already know this. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Oh, boy. I had a feeling the student would come back. Just then, ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world? Wait, heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait. I've never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see him in the middle of something? You open the window... you open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. Oh my god, the student can never, he always has a hard time. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner of the table. When you pick it up, you realize that it isn't just realistic, but it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state of bird is... Wait, the true state of the bird, the great state of Kentucky. Tap on another item. What is this? Scented candle. That's supposed to be like his tie underneath the word scented candle. KFC making candles now? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating on a lake. Summer of '69. No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blank! Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh no, I have a feeling... Is there going to be an option where I get to take his hair? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair threading isn't just a silvery color, but it's actually made of spun silver. Tap on an item to learn more about the Colonel. I mean, I think we already figured that out, so I think now you just go through the door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try... No, I'm not gonna... Why? The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that homemade is where the heart... Wait, home is where the heart is. And... Home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Oh no. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try and act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take the jacket off. You decide now is your moment to make the big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell him the truth. I feel like, though, would this be too direct? I don't know. This is a hard choice for me. Tell him you're cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I was just getting a little cold. And through this, and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving so fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Colin. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. So does that mean he's liking my... does that mean he's liking me back? You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Wait, so does that mean I fell asleep at his house? Dream sequence. Z, counting chickens as they fly by. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. So does that mean if I confessed my feelings the night before, then that means I would get a good ending? Because I'm wondering now if those questions were determining what ending I'd get. You think about the new secret ingredient that you just learned about. Bigger blank. Just some jurisdictions, bigger blank isn't even legal. But if it's the recipe... Wait, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Colonel, are you putting heroin or some kind of illegal drug in your chicken? I was making that a joke earlier, but now you're saying it's illegal. Oof. I think I hear the police coming. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Of course. Does he eat fried chicken all day, every day? I'm concerned about your heart health, dude. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say we were the perfect match? How presumptuous. I know my English. My cuisine and your taste buds. That's it. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest chef to cookery? Flatter him, take him down a peg. Flatter him. I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye, and he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be thinking of you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning awaits no more. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay. But now that it turns out that you're fine, I can finally get up to you to spend on a saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clark, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know a little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Did she just say skydiving as if that was a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. I've never heard anyone say wowzers. I only have one option. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, why don't you want to be right? After a short argument, you both agree to go on your separate ways. Wait, does that mean I lost my best friend? I mean, she's not my actual friend, but did I just lose my fictional best friend? When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee hee, Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get a swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at school. I mean, facts. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Colin, suggesting that I pick on a defenseless horse. Yeah, that was actually an asshole move of me. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Okay, maybe I was also twisting my own words, I guess. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday from the mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has to be going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Colin, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. She was using the book! What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? Oh, ooh. People are going to take that out of context, too. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received. And I think we're going to learn more about the final day in the next part of the playthrough, so I hope to see you guys there. Alright, welcome back to the KFC Let's Play. Where we last left off, I think we're getting pretty close to the... Well, I mean, we are pretty close to the end, but I am also thinking we've gotten pretty close to the Colonel after spending the night in his house last night. So, I'm thinking we're probably close to actually having a time to actually share the Colonel the true feelings. And I think he tried flirting with me in his house, but at this point I don't know. So what's happening now is I had an issue with Van and Ashley, and then I clenched my hand and I got in pain, and now Colonel Sanders is trying to make the situation better. And also, Colonel Sanders is critiquing Ashley's dessert that was in the last part of the playthrough. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Colin, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Come on, me, don't ruin it. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as well as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing fine art of fine foods. No. See you inside, Colin. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book. It looks like bad news. I don't remember obtaining the book, though. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but I guess I'm blanking out because I don't remember taking the book back. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spirits? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arson warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edge of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders... No! Oh no, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. This is not the way to end the dating sim. So does that mean they're not actually going to let you date Colonel Sanders in the end? That is way drastic. Couldn't you just do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast a forbidden spell? No, I'm not going to do that. Why would I actually consider it? You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is ready in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something, a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up, and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach for some homework to give him as a snack. Donks can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait and see what happens. Yeah, let's just wait. Sprinkles stops on his tracks, and he focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you to never come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking furiously. Drool is flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that he presented that... After he presented his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for my outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Colin, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles interrupted by whirls of Sprinkles. Wait, hold on, what? I told you to save it for after class. Bzzzt. You think I wanted to be thrown off a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Weren't. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us from a triangle in meteor as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzzt. Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. Bzzzt. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out from the gaps of his pedals, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh, is he dead now? Bzzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. What? Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. That's entirely clear. That's not entirely clear where that came from. Dude, Clank killed a guy. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was uncomfortable, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, trademark. I like how it's trademarked. Whew. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm mad. I could smash a tiny bug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say out loud, you don't need anyone. Me and you are going to cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Well, I mean, that's kind of my plan, but I'm trying to support you, okay? You're my friend. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. Okay, I mean, at least I made it sound better. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears off from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were prep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend your time before your exam. You've decided to head off to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed Man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Colin's famous chicken pot pie. I have a chicken pot pie? After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, before I continue on, though, and I'm not ending the episode here, when I was showing the Colonel my coleslaw, did I just pull up like coleslaw, be like, yes, this is my recipe, but really the chicken pot pie was my special thing I was working on? Oh, well, speak of the devil. You cream season is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Colin, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it. No, fess up. That's what you gotta do. You gotta own it. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a bit more than visualizing. I'm fantasizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC? But it probably started burning any second if you didn't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. That's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that you'll push over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. After this, is the next episode going to be the finale? Because I'm thinking this is where it all ends. So, in case if I'm right, until then, I'll just have to see you guys in the next part of Let's Play, where it's gonna be probably the finale. Alright, so I tried practicing making a chicken pot pie, and Colonel Sanders walked on me, trying to get ready to make that chicken pot pie to prepare for the final cook-off. And I'm thinking by how things are seeming to come together, I think this is the finale. So, or maybe very close to that. So right now the final cook-off is about to begin. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glasses and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big. Wait, prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve something perfect. His original recipe, restricted. Fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with a lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. Oh, so now he's actually talking? 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, did Clank learn to speak English? It's signaturely as I was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank. Wait, so he's not wireless? Then how would he go skydiving? Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frequently prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out, and she is going to use some dark magic. Turn the tide. So does that mean I had 2 spellbooks? Oh yeah, because I think the other spork monster gave me a spellbook too. You've got a book of... Yeah, okay, there we go. You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I'm not going to risk it, because I think in the end, Colonel Sanders would respect that you're not cheating. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Colin. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Colin, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, about your dish, if you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Why do I have boiling noodles? I never had a pot pie before, so I guess there might be noodles in a pot pie. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient that was made up, and where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? Oh my god, that question wasn't about your friendship trust. That was going to determine the outcome of the end. I think she ruined my dish. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve the Spork Monster.
Really? Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? Are you not here to battle me? Are you?
We Spork Monsters are many.
Yeah, wait.
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had a day off, but you have conjured Steve. I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're just in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I just hang out?
Sorry, Steve, but I'm not that kind of... Wait, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire and stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. But, wait, if you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef. Actually, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
Well, wait, weren't you just... Wait, no, you were summoned. You weren't just created today. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seemed like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics in class, and when I woke up,
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up no. Some of the extra power from deep within yourself. Oh my god. It's still it's like early in the morning for me, and I haven't been drinking a lot of water, and I need to drink some morning coffee to really kind of, I don't know, like coat my throat, or that sounded a bit weird, but I need some liquid in my throat. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as okay, as culinary energy flows through your body. Am I going super culinary Saiyan? My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for, yes, Colin, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You're interrupting my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show you the world of my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which should be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Colin. You may have suffered some setbacks, but it's not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders dedicates that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I am here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and this time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. This just feels like Kingdom Hearts now. What a guy! Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever seen laid for your you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpasses their individual efforts. Are you suggesting we combine forces? We can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems like we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off the screen, you hear a pure, innocent giggle that can only be from one student. Hee, I'm flying. What? It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. I must be excused. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say. It's not the worst prank in the school history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Pranks? Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You await to hear the signature whir, beep, or other noises, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure out that later. I mean, he was almost gonna, like, blow up and probably destroy the school. I think it was for the better he was unplugged. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. After days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles on a savory soup. My word, it's so delicious. Is that a teeny tiny I can't read that. I spy afloat on this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Wait. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not the only one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love and powered into as yours. I know my grammar is getting messed up. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Colin, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made... Oh, what the... Uni over smooth egg crushed in an hoon urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored types of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he gets his nose close on the account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't... Oh, wait, did they write a lisp? I can't eat this. It keepeth poking my tongue. Disqualifies. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving a food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Probably is. Before focusing us to endure his swollen tongue from another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps me calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French stuff and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you'd please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be displayed in Oh, you got something up your sleeve. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Colin? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, this is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Okay, are they hinting that if you pick the black magic one, the food is going to taste bad? Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go on to the College of Eating School for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it can't be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shacked by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs? What vegan has a bowl of delicious mac and cheese? Has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I didn't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you guys give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. This is so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes That's not even fair. Come on. You pass, and you pass. You all get a pass. You're the Oprah Winfrey of getting passes. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to be transcended this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back into the magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef, and they're crying too. I know my face cam is kind of blocking off Ashley a bit, but she's crying too. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could there be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment. Get your groove on. Wait, is this supposed to be like Me Dates with the Colonel coming up? The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow, 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 woo. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believed them. Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna actually stick around. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you finally to notice me. Oh my god. Then wait, if you're not really a ghost, then how did you end up at Colonel Sanders' house? Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
A student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found a love in her cooking, and you know, she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Really? It's Pop. Wait, what? I thought it was supposed to be... No, I think they're trying to trick you. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking on the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, I get it. And now we get a new wing in our school, not to mention in honor of educating the son of the chancellor such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have... Oh, well, now we can speak properly. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You are blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you meet him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. It's time for a full meal. Oh my god, this is a KFC game, so of course they're going to advertise. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man, not by reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. That's it! Okay. Wait a minute, I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man, not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Is that really the end? Is this really the end? Okay, good, it's not actually the end. You almost had me there. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Yeah, because I had a feeling they weren't going to leave you in suspense, being like, oh, that's it, you don't actually get to date the Colonel, sorry, but, thanks for playing our game, and, thanks for enjoying our advertisements. Yeah. Like I said earlier, before I started recording this game, this is really smart advertising, and it worked. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds... Oh, yeah, I already read this. Colin, why are you sitting all alone? Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you'd accept to find such a lucky person? The top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk and tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you like to dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be glad to spend it all together with you, Colin. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Oh, no. Work together? Well, I was thinking this is something I'll need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe in help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect for you as a chef? Could you live with only half of him? Could you be able to endure sharing him with this other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Colin, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end? Hold on. That's it? I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Oh, testing. I really shouldn't be surprised, because it's just like, I guess KFC in general wouldn't go as far enough as actually implying that you would really be able to date the Colonel. I just didn't really like the ending though, where it's like, you're all winners. Like, I was not a fan of that. Oh my god, just like... Okay, so I guess in the end, you don't really get to date the Colonel, which... Kind of a... Oh my god, my face cam keeps freezing. In the end, you don't really get to date the Colonel, so that's a bummer, but I guess this has been I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a figure-looking good dating simulator. I mean, we really didn't date. That's just kind of how it is. I mean, I guess the best way to put it down is you win some, you lose some. And I guess I didn't really get the Colonel. I didn't really get to have him where I wanted him. So that's just how it is. This has been, the game, and basically, I guess I've been advertising KFC all throughout the time I've been making this Let's Play. You're welcome, by the way. And until then, my name is Jaxpy, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.